We were looking at this one as well. This one of the previous tools, coherence, cross coherence. So I added labels to this um, and added something in the description, essentially explaining what the cross. Just say that cross coherence is cross correlation and frequency domain. Um, we were just testing this. So this is a good example where you have this big spike. It's essentially because you have the same feature on both channels, but it's out of phase. It says like 25 hertz out of phase. So I assume it's now it has another peak, minus 80 hertz and 13 hertz. Yeah, go figure. But I think it's pretty accurate. I was looking at these functions implemented in a different way before, quite quite a bit. So I think this is a good result. One sanity check is to do cross coherence between the same channel, and you get this very large peak. The amplitude of this peak, by the way, doesn't matter a lot because sometimes you get like 1200, some other times you get 1500 or more. 25. Yeah, it changes quite a bit. So obviously not normalized. You would expect with two adjacent channels. So one of the hypotheses is that there will be more correlation or coherence between adjacent channels. Um, by the way, you can use left and right and also top and bottom, up and down keyboard shortcuts for this. Let's see. Yes, again, as for all of those web apps, we have so this is not all of the source code. It's just calling the API. This is how you would call an API, and it spits out the JSON file with all. Those are the output parameters. Those are the input parameters. That's the form of it, and it's available on biochaos.com if you like to create uh, your own. And someone was trying to help me making it secure. I guess the main problem is that the website is secure. You can tell by say loading um, was it say the signal generator. This by the way should be EEG. And again, when you load something in EEG, it's interesting. Yeah, it shows a EEG relevant ad. Is it antneuro.com? I did check it out there. It's quite interesting. But anyhow, this tool here will work with HTTP as well. I don't know if it will become like slower or not, but the cross coherence function will not work, and this is because this API, this port is doesn't have SSL. So we need to fix it, and I'm not sure how to do it. Um, Essentially, my understanding is one sec. Oops, sorry. So the original say this coherence. Well, yeah, the application, local debugging, and web server, and they all work. What's it called? And with no SSL. And the question was which certificate to use. So when I do this, I don't remember what the problem was, but it didn't work. Ba, ba, check which ports are open. Um, let's see ports at that filtering. Uh, yeah, because the original 443 is used for something else. So we have this 8081 that can be used. Eighty 81. Right. Save this. And we should see 8081 in the the 81. Right, so this is a HTTPS. But when trying to call it, there's not found. If we call the same things with 8002, not H, also not found. What? Oops. Yeah. Right, haven't published the. Into work. But that's not secure. But it can access it on the HTTPS. And just change the certificate. So I have that Cloudflare origin certificate. Bum, bum, bum. That's um, that's still using the. That's interesting. The fact that the to have worked with come on, with like a local certificate. Should be able to use the local certificate for this. It's working, says not secure. I should have like just an exception. Oh, oh. So Cloudflare should have an exception for this. Let's go. Yeah, attackers. Yeah, it's still giving me this security risk via HTTPS. But the race, I just want to see, yeah, it is working. So there's a problem with that certificate. It's using Edge National Instrument Local, like a local, forget what it's called. Yeah, local certificate. Needed to be secure. Certificate do I use for this? I wish someone from Labview could help. Anyhow, in the meantime, get it. If you, right, here when I'm logged in, Google starts showing me what I was looking for before. There and it was that bombarding me with. It's fine because it's obviously targeting me. Uh, I did just purchase something from Santa Claus. uh, won't show anything else with it. No. Um, oops. Yeah, in Firefox it will show different ads again. They're really interesting ads. I wish I could. Was it docmath.com? AI modeler. Get to Craig this way through Math Expert AI modeler. Just normally test all the tools. Coherence to work okay. Oh, yeah, good example of the trending. Interesting. This would be first channel on one side and first channel on the other side of the brain. Huh, interesting. I haven't noticed this before. Um, right, this one was a bit bulky, but uh, to be changed, I eventually could go. One thing about it is that it's not normalized. Some of the examples are not normalized, so they mess up this graph. They're like way too large. Like this earthquake here. It's going 20k plus minus 20k. We don't really care. Just an aperture doesn't really care what that is. We could just normalize it. So this doesn't go. These graphs don't go crazy. And normalize. We have it as an option, or it's just normalized by default. We could still have default normalization and then an option to turn it off, the original thing. And this one, oh, why is it jumping around like that? Yeah, this one you can actually select between, it's a two-dimensional array. So, and I'm just looking at the first column. Let's just remove those two. Can you just skip over them? What if you can skip numbers? No, you cannot, can you? If I'm adding, it will have the same number. This last couple, yeah, again, same thing needs to be calibrated or removed. Not calibrated, sorry, normalized or calibrated. Not, it's just a different process. This one should be less intense because it's essentially just this 12, so 13 examples of yeah, well, I mean, it is pre-recorded, but those are not just the images. This is the actual data, so you can still change the filter, have the overlay option like the full overlay. Yeah, that's correct. Bank. What is it? 4.3. Up, 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 work structure. Yeah, could add more types of images, in particular EEG, raw EEG. The performance of different detector types. And you need to apply this to EEG because that you could do just the image processing. But why is it performing so poorly? It's not too bad. One misses quite a lot and want to both detections. Was the better one, still makes a few mistakes, but no, I think RS is the better one. Yeah, definitely, because it's actually detecting correctly all the, the green ones, the outer. Yeah, here it misses one. And here it misses one as well. Not sure. Yeah, it's indicating 2 and 1 without. Yeah. Anyway, we need to try this on another signal. Probably do this week. Wireless cameras are great. We really need something to work. Probably need it wired. Like my headphones here. They're working perfectly well most of the time. Logitech, high, good quality, but the wireless bit the noise button should be somewhere up there. And scrolling through the file should probably at the bottom. Yeah, at least it's not highly confident. By the way, ChatGPT and stuff should also indicate the confidence levels when it tells you that 2 plus 2 is equal 5. Yeah, large minimum error. But also this one seems to be like out of phase, the prediction. Odd. And that's a fairly large like training set size. Have to increase it further to like 40 or 50 or something. Yeah, now it's more in phase. The error still haven't saturated, even went up at some stage. It's already reached 6.5 and then went up and then tapping 6.7. It's a bit odd. Trying to find like a better solution, but couldn't. Yeah, this one again doing the same thing. Where it went down and then up again. I'm not sure what the minimum error. Right, this actually is, I don't know, still making mistakes in the minimum error got down. Yeah, this, it's making this prediction. It's okay at the moment. I don't know what happened there. Just odd. Then, but then it's not highly confident, which is good because it's just some rubbish. But this call rate should go on when the minimum error is below 0.5 or something. The number B. Ooh, it's interesting. Oh, this is super high. But then the answer is okayish. So again, not sure what's happening there. Right, the other big thing is getting the GPU to work to scope, dual scope, dual scope. Sounds very familiar. It looks like one of those DAC devices with a tablet or a screen or something separate. So I got one of those National Instrument gears that was actually, if anyone's interested, could connect to uh, to electrodes to myself. I was already doing it before and record some EEG, which I did before. Get quite a noisy EEG out of it, but uh, it could be handy. Like a one channel thingy, so like 3 electrodes, two active ones and a reference. So let me know if interested. I could pop them on. Now, yes, the other big thing is getting the GPU active, and we had some examples in Labview. Just update the website because I did a few minor things. I'll do it at the end of the stream or after the stream if I don't forget, or just after the stream. Anyhow, yeah, the GPU. Um, so was this example? It's using CUDA drivers. Yeah, these ones. Can allocate memory, initialize device, should be initialized. Synchronize device. Still doing something. This thing at 42%. Did it close properly? Release device. Did it release it? Doesn't look like. The 35. But it seems like haven't released the GPU properly. It went all the way down to almost zero. Is it out? It's the game overlay. Huh. His task manager is all wrong. Yeah, trust the Nvidia stats. They tell a different story. The GPU 30%. This one says almost 50. What's this? Of less. Taking off. It's really pushing the 3090 Ti. I hope it's releasing it correctly because yes, the fans are not going, but the usage is still a bit higher than normal. Currently, it's like between 20 to 30%. I might just take this offline. And the other example more relevant to what we were doing last week is detecting QRS. This obviously needs a longer timestamp for the heart rate not to fluctuate so much. It's fine because this one is optimized for ECG for finding QRS duration. But um, it's obviously finding them because it's giving you a value for QRS duration. And this is for some sort of bird chirps or something. Yeah, it's a not very accurate uh, way of finding QRS complexes because it will get triggered by pretty much any signal, as you just saw. You'll probably have to go for a wavelet transform, like a perfect QRS as I forgot what it's called. Like where you essentially slide the perfect QRS complex over, well, you'll have to do the whole lot, the PQRST, slide it over your signal, and then get the percent likelihood, percent match. And when it's crossing a certain threshold, then you count those as QRS. This is a very simplified way of doing it and can be highly inaccurate. I just take it offline. We take it from here next time. See you in a bit. Bye.